All right, so in today's video, we're going to learn how to buy stocks with Robinhood. All right, so pretty simple and straightforward. We're gonna walk through how to buy stocks with Robinhood. I do wanna mention right off the bat that if you're new to Robinhood, you're just getting started, not quite sure how to navigate around the app itself, or maybe you haven't even signed up yet, look in the description below this video for a link to a full Robinhood course that I'm creating. It's really gonna walk through every aspect of Robinhood, from how to get signed up, how to navigate everything, what everything means, how to transfer money into Robinhood, how to buy stocks, how to buy options, how to buy crypto. We're going to talk about the Robinhood Gold subscription that you can get. Literally everything to do with Robinhood will be in that course if you're interested. So look for that in the link in the description below this video. So let's jump over to my app and get started right away. Alrighty, so I have Robinhood pulled up on my phone here. We're gonna go ahead and log in, and you're taken to the home screen here. And what we're gonna focus on is how to buy stocks. And you're gonna use the little magnifying glass, the search icon down in the bottom center of the screen, and you'll get to the browse function. So say you're interested in looking at a particular stock, you wanna buy a little bit or see how much it's gonna cost you. You're gonna search for the stock, and you can search two ways. If you know the ticker symbol, you can type in the ticker symbol directly, or if you don't know the ticker symbol, just start typing the company name and it should come up. We're gonna use, in our example today, General Motors, which is a stock that I tend to like. So I'm gonna start typing General Motors because maybe I don't know the ticker symbol, and you'll see, actually I'll type a little bit more so it pops to the top. So there, GM comes up right at the top there. Click on GM, it shows me currently, it looks like it's up quite a bit today, or relatively. It's at $41.97 per share, and you can scroll down and get more information if you want about General Motors. A little bit of information on the company, some past history on the stock performance. And again, this video is not for teaching you how or which stocks to buy or exactly what to look for when you're buying stocks. This is more of the mechanics of actually buying a stock using Robinhood, no matter what the stock is. That's really the focus of this video. I don't really get into providing signals as far as what you should or shouldn't buy. That's something we discuss in a private community that I'm developing over on our learning website. But you can scroll down and get some recent news, which I always recommend if you're about to buy a stock. You just double check the news, make sure some scandal isn't erupting or something crazy isn't going on where you're kind of about to step on a landmine, so to speak, where you buy a stock and then it crashes. Scroll down further, you can get some analyst ratings, which is kind of nice. You know, what the bulls say, what the bears say. And then you'll see research report. Now it says unlock research reports. So research reports are additional information, and we'll talk about this in another video, that is available to Robinhood Gold There's my Austin Powers reference for the day. The Gold members, Gold subscribers, let's call them. So if you subscribe to Robinhood Gold, which is $5 a month currently, you can get access to more information about certain companies. And then down at the bottom, there's just a little bit of extra information, other stocks that people invest in if they like GM and whatnot. So there's a good amount of information here that you can look at. But we're really focused on is we want to buy this stock. Down in the bottom right, you'll see a button that says trade, which may be a little bit confusing, thinking that I don't really want to trade, I want to buy, but that trade just means you want to invest, buy or sell a stock. So click on trade, and you'll see trade options, which we'll do in another video, and buy. So we're going to click on buy because we want to buy this stock. Your screen will default to this screen or another slightly different one, which I'll show you in a minute. But most people, your purchase screen will default to this view, where you're gonna see number of shares. So in the past, you would always have to buy a whole share of a stock in order to purchase it, but now a lot of platforms, including Robinhood, allow you to do something called fractional shares. So you can buy part of a share. So I don't have to buy an entire share of General Motors. Let's say you wanna invest in Amazon, which I think their stock is currently over $3,000 a share, unless they've split it since you've watched this video. And $3,000 a share is a little pricey for a lot of people, but say you wanna invest a little bit of money in Amazon, you can come in and buy partial shares of Amazon. So we can do that with General Motors as well. I just type in, say I want to buy half a share. Current market price is $42.12-ish cents, and it estimates my cost at half that because I'm buying half a share. So that's a really neat feature in Robinhood, that you can come in and buy fractional shares if you want to invest in companies that maybe you don't have a truckload of cash to do so. The other thing I want to show you is up in the right where it says shares. That's actually a little drop down. I tapped on that up in the upper right hand corner, and you have a couple options here for market orders, which is what we're going to focus on in this video. All these conditional orders that you see down below, I'm going to create create a separate video for these because there's a lot to walk through as far as what those are and when you would use them and things like that. I also cover those in my Robinhood course. We're gonna focus on market order, which is essentially putting in an order to buy a stock at the current market price. You really don't have any control over what you're gonna pay. It's just whatever, it's currently showing on the market, that's about what you're gonna pay per share. And we have two options here. One we just saw, which was buy in shares, but we also can switch it over to buy in dollars, which really doesn't do anything more than Robinhood automatically makes a conversion. So if you're hyper anal or something or OCD and you don't want to buy in partial dollar amounts, say I only want to buy in $20 increments, you can come in here and do that. Just switch that over to dollars. You can purchase $20 worth and do it that way. But I'm going to go back and cancel out of this. Oops, I didn't mean to cancel out the whole thing. So if you accidentally do that, like I just did, go back to trade and buy. I'm going to switch it back over to shares, so buy in shares. And let's go ahead and just buy half a share of General Motors, just so you see what this process is like. So I want half a share of General Motors. I'm going to tap on review. It shows you an order summary at the bottom, so you can double check exactly what you're doing. And then you can swipe up to submit, which we're going to go ahead and do that. And you'll see order received and GM order completed. So it was already filled and we have our half a share of General Motors stock. I'm going to tap done. So build your portfolio over time shows up. They try and get you to basically kind of subscribe or set up recurring investments with a company if you want to do that, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to hit cancel here. I do want to back up just a second. I'm going to pop open another screen here. So I do want to point out this little gotcha here that you may run into, which is, let's say you try and purchase a stock and this screen pops up. It says during extended hours, you can only trade GM and whole shares. What does this mean? Well, Robinhood allows you to actually trade in after hours sessions. Normal trading hours are from 9:30 a.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Robinhood allows you to trade from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and also from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. But there's some stipulations with that, or some things that could happen. One is that a lot of stocks don't allow you to trade fractional shares in extra hours. And so if I try to buy a half a share of General Motors, you can see the timestamp on this screenshot here is at 4:30 p.m. So it's technically after hours. It's after 4 p.m. Eastern time when the market's closed. You'll get this message here. All it means is that you have two options. One is to update to whole shares. So you can't use fractional shares. You have to update to an entire, single share of GM stock, or you can hit that bottom selection there, Q fractional order. And what that does is it puts your order in place and it'll probably be filled the next morning when the trading session opens at 9:30. It may actually fill at around 9 o'clock-ish, depending on when the markets are going, and allow you to process those fractional shares. So I just wanted to point this out. If you see this message, don't freak out. It's because you're after hours. And I would go ahead and just queue that fractional order if you want to make sure you get that order in place for the next trading day. Okay, so we're back on our screen here and we see GM, and if I scroll down and it says your position, half a share. So I own $21 of GM stock in my Robinhood account right now. You'll see average cost, that's average, it only lists that per share. And because we bought half a share, you'd have to divide that in half. So $21.02 is what we actually paid for that. And you can see your return and whatnot. And if I go back to my home screen, tapping on that graph icon in the lower left, and again scroll down, you can see the stocks that I have in my entire portfolio on Robinhood, which is Apple, Microsoft, and now General Motors. All right, so that's our quick run through of how to place market order stock purchases in Robinhood using either whole shares, fractional shares, or dollar amounts. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, comment below this video. I try to answer everything that you guys put down there. It usually takes me a couple days, but I do get back to you. And then watch for other videos on this channel. Look in the Robinhood playlist, and we're gonna walk through how to sell these stocks. We're gonna eventually get to these conditional orders, options, all kinds of things coming out with Robinhood in the coming months. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hey, Greg here from WealthVine. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that icon right in the middle and you can continue getting content like this. I'd also love it if you'd leave a comment below this video. I do my best to respond to all of them. And lastly, thanks for watching.